My dear friends, so today we are going to start learning the PHP. This is the first class. So what exactly we need to do? The most important thing is that we have to install the local host server. So from the internet you just have to download this application. The name of the application is XAMPP. So just to note down the name, XAMPP, XAMPP. This is known as XAMPP server. So this application you have to install in your system. So I have already downloaded that application and the same I am going to install in my system. So you can see first I will open the application, then I will click to yes. Now the application will start to install. So it will take a little bit of time for install. You can see it has already started to install. Now I will just click next button. Okay, so you can see in that application there are the Apache server, MySQL server, okay, FTP server, all these server level. Some programming language will be used over here. You can see program language, PHP, Perls, and the programming language. These are also the programming language. Just you can see over here. Now I'll go to the next button, and this application is going to install in my C drive under this folder. The name of the folder is XAMPP. So here it is going to install. Let me show you. So in the C drive, under my C drive here it is, and here it is going to get installed. Let me show you. Just okay, I'll start installing. If I want, I can also change the directory so that it will install in other drive. If you want, you can change it, but in my case I'm going to install here in my C drive. Now I click the next button. Okay, now I will start installing this next and next. So it will take a little bit of time. You can see XAMP folder already has been created here under my C drive, and it will take a little bit of time for getting installed. So now let us wait and see how long it does take. My dear friends, you can see at the ending of the installation, this window has appeared in front of me. So what I will be doing over here, you can see this window had appeared only because from the firewall this application is going to be blocked. So you can see Windows Defender Firewall has blocked some features of this app. So what you will be doing, you can see allow Apache HTTP server to communicate on this network. So you have to allow this. So some features had been blocked because we have got the firewall which is installed in my system. So the firewall is going to block some of the features of this application. And now what shall I be doing? I will allow this feature, that is allow Apache HTTP server to communicate on this network. So I'm going to allow both the private network such as my home or work network and also the public network. In case this server will be used in the internet, then this will also be allowed. So I'm going to use this, so I will allow this. Okay, now you can see in the process the XAMPP server also got installed. Now I have to click the finished button, and after that what I'll be doing, I have to save it. So in which language I'm going to execute this XAMPP server? And there are two languages. Either of these two languages I can select. No, I'm going to select English, US English. This has been already selected. Now I'll click the save button, so this will be saved. Now what shall I be doing now? Next, just see, this is the XAMPP control panel, and this has appeared in front of me. Now you can see this many numbers of modules. These are the services which will be available. Right now, Apache service, MySQL service, now FileZilla service, Mercury service, Tomcat service. I don't need these three services, at least for now. I just need Apache service, right? So what I'll be doing now, I will just click the here start. Now my Apache service has been started. Now you can see, now this is the Apache port number, okay, and this is the page number. And in later part we also have to start this MySQL service, right? For this stage we need not require to start this MySQL service because we are not going to work with the MySQL database queries. Just we have started the Apache service, so we just have started this Apache service. Now what shall I be doing? Now I just close this, right? You can just do one thing here. I will minimize it, right? So every day, every time before you run any PHP application, you have to start this server. And how to exit this? Just click this quit button. Now once you click the quit button, the server, the Apache server, or you can say the local host server, is closed. Now again you have to start the local host server. Once you have installed, now how can you start? In the search button, write XAMPP. So you will find this control panel because I just have installed it. Now you can find it over here, right? Now before quitting you just have to stop and then quit. Again, if you have to start it, write here XAMPP. Now you have to start. Now it will take few seconds to start. Now already it has started. Now let me show you what to do next. Now here you can see your XAMPP control panel. Right now, how to start the PHP file. First let me show how can you create the PHP file. So let me just do one thing. I will create a new notepad file here. Right, so this is just a file I've created here in my desktop. Let me show you. Just in my desktop I have created the file. You can see this file I have created. Right, new text document.txt. I will rename this file now. Let me just rename it. I will just write the name as test.php. Now remember, whenever you are going to create a PHP file, you need to give this extension name, that is .php. .php must be the extension name of the file. Now once you do that, you will see this icon will change. Now let me create one HTML file here. So if I write here test.html. Now once I have created the HTML file, you can see, so the HTML file has been created. Now how will you open the HTML file? That you all know. To open the HTML file, you just have to click it. You can double click on the HTML file and the option will be shown. So how are you going to open this? I will open it in the Google Chrome. So I'll click the Google Chrome, okay, and I'll click here OK. Now it will open. Now just see. So I'm opening the HTML file. Now let's see. Let it be open. Then I will tell you something more about it. Now you can see this is the HTML file which I have created, test.html. so I have opened that HTML file in the browser. Now I have not written anything inside it, that is why the page is blank. But how can you open the PHP file which we have just now created? Now if I go and double click this file, it is not going to open in the browser. So you can't open it in any browser. If you try to open it in the Internet Explorer, let me show you will it open or not. Now just check it out over here. Now you can see it is not going to open here. Right, it is not just going to open because to PHP file can't be opened directly from anywhere. How can you open the PHP file? Let me show you. So you just have to remove this PHP file. I'm going to remove this from here. Where? So we have installed the XAMPP server here, XAMPP. So we have installed the XAMPP server. So inside the XAMPP server, you have to find this folder, that is htdocs, htdocs. Open this folder, htdocs, and now here you have to paste that file. Right. So this is your PHP file. You have to place the PHP file inside this htdocs folder, and this folder is kept inside the XAMPP folder. Right, and this XAMPP folder is inside your C drive where you just have installed the localhost server now. So I hope you have understood where you have to keep the file. Now how are you going to open this PHP file? So just see. So what I will be doing, I will open the Internet Explorer. So I'll open the Google Chrome. So here is the Google Chrome. Right, now I will write here localhost, LOCAL, local HOST, right, localhost / now I will give the file name. So what was the file name? test.php. So this was the file name. Let me just show you. The file name was that we just have given. Let me show you. So inside the C we have got the XAMPP folder. Inside the XAMPP folder we have got the htdoc folder, and here I got the file name, that is test.php. test.php. So you have to write localhost, that is the localhost server. So inside the localhost server we have kept this file. So let me open it. Now you can see this is the file which we have opened just now, but nothing is written over here, that is why it looks blank. So let me write something. So I think you have understood how to open the PHP file. It is just different from that you have done in the HTML file. So while opening the HTML file, we can just go and double click on the HTML file to open it from anywhere. You can just keep your HTML file anywhere in any drive, but in case of the PHP file, that you have to save inside the XAMPP folder, or also inside the htdocs folder. Right, that is how it is going to work, because we are going to access this PHP file through the localhost server. So we have saved the file in the folder that is installed under the localhost server, and this is the exact way you just have to open this file. I hope you have understood. So let me just write something to display you. Okay, so just wait, I'm going to open this NetBeans text editor. So this is a text editor which I'm going to write something over here. You can also write in a notepad right? I'm going to use this text editor. This is a very good text editor which I'm going to use right now. Okay, now let me write something over here. Okay, now I will file. Now I will open the file for I think so. The file has been saved here inside the C drive, XAMPP folder. Now here htdocs, and this is my file test.php. Now okay, the basics syntax I'm going to show you, very basics one. How to start that I'm going to show you in this lecture today. So see, so here I'm going to write here, just see. Now this is how to write PHP, right? Now to display anything, what you need to write, that is echo, right? This echo command in PHP is used to display anything. So I'm going to display hello world, right? So let me save the file, and now let me execute this. Now you can see hello world that has been written over here, right? Now you can also use the HTML tag inside the PHP file. Let me show you. So here I'm going to write some HTML tag. So let me just zoom it out so that it will be a little bit easy for you to view. Now I'll write the HTML, some tag I'm to write over here. So head, not going to add any title, just let me show you here. Body, now inside the body I will do one thing, I will take a heading H1, right? Heading. So inside the heading I'm going to place it, right? This thing I'm just going to place it inside the heading tag, right? Inside the heading tag I have placed it. Now let me show you how it looks now. So I'm going to replace it. Now you can see as I have kept that inside the HTML heading tag, it will take the heading parameter. Now you can see it looks quite bold like the H1 heading that we have learned in the HTML classes. Now I want to get it right at the center, so we can just give here the center code here. Now let me show you, just you see it will just appear right in the center. So this is just a very basic which I just have displayed to you. Now this is only to show you that how you start with the PHP. This is first you have to install the XAMPP server, and then you have to create a PHP file, and the PHP file must be saved inside here where you have installed the XAMPP folder, that is under the C drive, inside the XAMPP folder, inside the htdocs folder. Here I have to create. If you want also you can create a folder here. So I'm going to create a folder here. I'll just name it, say PHP test, right? I've just written PHP test, a folder name. I'm going to keep it inside the folder. So I will just cut it from here. I will put it over here. Now PHP test. Now this will not work now. Now so you can see it confined, right? Because now it has been kept inside the PHP test folder. You can see it has been kept inside the PHP test folder here. Just let me show you here. Now here PHP test folder. So here I have to write PHP test. Now I can access the file. So just let me show you. Can we directly open this file from here by just double clicking to it? Okay, if I just go and try to open this with let's say with this Internet Explorer, just let me check it out. You can see I can't open this. Just see we can only see the code. So the code has been printed directly over here, right? The code has been printed directly. We can access the actual file, the content which we have created. Hello world can be shown, right? To see the content we have to access that in this way. So here we have to write localhost, okay, then the folder name which we have created and the file name, right? You have to provide the file name. If we don't provide the file name, then this will appear. So we are getting the localhost server. Inside the server we have just accessed the folder. This is the folder which you have accessed. Now from here you can do one thing, you can click here, then this file will open, right? Then this file will open. Or another thing you can do, let me show you. Now if I just rename this, I'm just going to rename it to index or home. So I have changed the name from test to home. Now what will happen, let me show you. If I now remove this name, that file name, it will open. See, it will open. Why? Because home, as I given home or index, so those are going to be the default name. If you don't mention in the browser, if you don't mention the file name, then it will automatically find out the file which has been named as home or index, right? If I write here index, then also it will open INDEX. So I have written index.php, so then also it will work. Let me show you again. I will open the Google Chrome. Yes, now I will write here localhost and just the folder name, I'm not going to mention the file name. Now you can see I have accessed the file. Now if I write here, if I again change the name, just let me change the name again. I write here ABC. Now just see what happened if I try to open here in the same way which I have done in the last time. Localhost and folder name, you can see I can't access that. So now I can't access the file. I have to write here abc.php, then I can access. So I hope you have understood that if you write home or index.php, then automatically it will be found. So the localhost server will automatically found, right? It will just go and try to search the file that is named by home.php or index.php. Remember, home.php or index.php. If you make such kind of PHP file with the name home or index, then you did not require to give the file name, exact file name. Without giving the file name, it can access, right? It can access. You just have to provide the localhost, that is the server that we are using, and after that that is the folder name where you have kept that folder. Now let me discuss some other thing. I'm going to show you. If I just copy this file and paste it over here, now if I just rename this abc.html, now what is the difference between these two? Now here I can directly open this. You can see the icon, the icon has been changed to HTML icon, that is the browser icon. HTML file has by default got the browser icon. That is why if I double click to this file, it will open in the browser. Now you can see it will automatically open in the browser, but nothing is written over here. Why? Because we know that. So let me just do some changes here. If I open this here, that is we just have created now this HTML file ABC. Okay, so you can see this. Just let me show you here. We just now have created index.php, or just let me show you. Okay, inside this folder we have created this folder and we have got this file. Just okay, this is the HTML file, right? So this PHP code is not going to work here because this is the HTML file, we know. So what I will be doing, I will just I will just do these changes. Now this is the HTML file. I'm going to save this file. Save. Now you can see I will again open this. Now hello world, it will print it. This is the HTML file. I can directly open this by double clicking to it. Now, but I can't do the same with this file. I can't do the same with this file, right? If I try to do that, what will happen? This code will print it, right? The output will not be appeared, right? The output will not be appeared. I hope you have understood. Now how can we open this? Just by accessing from the localhost server, right? So you have to write a localhost and the folder name. After that, the file name, that is abc.php. This is the file name. That is how we can access the PHP file from the server. And in case we have given file name as home.php or index.php, that time we did not require to specify this file name. I hope you have understood. Now another thing I am going to tell you, that just try to pay attention. Now in case that there are 5 computers or maybe 50 computers or maybe 500 computers, right? All the computers assume are connected with each other, and now here let's say in this computer, in any one of the computer, we have installed the XAMPP server, right? We have installed the XAMPP server, and we know that in the network each and every device are having the IP address. Each device has its own IP address, right? So you can see now 192.168.1.1.921.68.1.2. in this way. Here I've got 5 computers, 6 computers, and all those computers are having different IP address. And among those 6 computers, in the first computers, the XAMPP server has been installed, and assume the PHP file is kept over here in this particular system. And now from this system I'm going to access the file which has been kept over here. Now how can I access the file? So in that time, from this computer, first you have to open the Google Chrome or any other browser, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Safari. There are so many browsers. The first you have to open a browser like this. Now after that, what you need to do, in the just place of localhost, you have to write 192.168.1.1, right? So instead of localhost, you have to write this instead of localhost. Why have we written localhost in our case? Because in our same system we have installed. So we have installed the XAMPP server here, and I'm going to access the file from this self machine. So I'm going to access the file from the same machine. That is why we have written localhost. Localhost means same machine. But in case that, just try to understand that the server has been created over here, right? This is the server. The file has been kept inside the server. Just I have shown you. But we are going to access that file from any other machine. of the given network. So how can we access? First we have to access this machine. Now how can we access the machine? So each machine having a unique set of IP address. So by that unique IP address we are going to access that machine, right? And from that machine we can access the file because the local host has been installed over the system, right? So here the system IP we have to provide. So from any system, if we are going to access the file which has been installed in the XAMPP server that is here in the system, so we have to first access the system. So we have to give the IP address. Now after that, slash the folder name, if any folder has been created over there, as the folder we have created, PHP test, right, folder name, and after the file name abc.php, then the file name, and then you can, by this you can access the PHP file. I hope you have understood. In case you have written the file name as index or home, in that case you need not require to provide the file name. It will automatically search the file and it will automatically get the file. Now folder name you have to provide. If in case you have prepared a folder inside that HT docs, right? In case you have not prepared any folder, then just you have to write this like this way you can access the file. But the best practice is you have to create the folder. That is how you can do the best practice. So if you create folder, you have to write the folder name, any folder, let's say a test folder. If you create a folder with a name test, you can write test folder. I hope you have understood how to access that, right? So okay, so I hope you have understood how to do this. So in the next video I am going to discuss about some PHP syntax. I'll write some code and I'll show you something more about that. So this is a very basic class. I'm just going to starting in detail for the beginners who just don't understand anything about the PHP, how the server is getting started, how it works. So I'm going to explain everything in detail. So I hope you have understood that how to start with the PHP application, because unless you know how to start with the PHP application, even if I start showing you writing code, this is just not going to help you. I hope you have understood. So if you think this video is going to be helpful for other students, then you share this video to your friend. And if you like this video, then consider clicking the like button. Then this video will be shared to some more students. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe my channel. Thank you and goodbye for today.